getting right into it.
Yeah.
AgeWell, we're based in Canada. We're a network and a funder. So we have over 400 partners. We fund research across Canada. We've been doing that for about 10 years. And our mandate is really to improve life for older adults and caregivers through the use of technology or services and policies and practices that enable that. And so we continue to do that, funding research and innovation. We do also, in the research sense, work with partners internationally. So I'll say up front, always open to connections there for possible research collaborations with researchers that we fund or even AgeWell itself. In addition to that, AgeWell is now co-leading an initiative called Envisage. Is with a partner we have in the province of Quebec in Canada. And this program is all about bringing technologies into real-world settings. So we're working with small to medium enterprises and bringing them to our partners in places like home care, senior living, community-based organizations. And we bring those technologies in, we look to implement and demonstrate them, and then evaluate them. And so we've received funding from the federal government of Canada to fund those projects, and it'll be over a period of 5 years. So we're really excited about that, and I'd certainly be open to any lessons learned or ideas that have come from other ecosystems where you have maybe worked with connecting companies with these real world settings and looked at implementation. So please do feel free to reach out with that. For our program, we're looking at anything that can benefit older adults. We often call it age tech, but age tech as we see it overlaps with a host of other spaces. But you can think of assistive devices, digital health, smart home technologies, and so on. Anywhere where technology can benefit an older person where they live, whether it's at home or in another setting. So unfortunately, some of our events are overlapping with health. So I will say that we have our Envisage Forum on October 23rd in Edmonton, Alberta. And this is where we'll bring together some of the thought leaders from Canada, as well as innovative companies and those partners I mentioned that are implementing the technologies. And then right after that, the next day, and partly overlapping, is the AgeWell annual conference. And so this is where we'll have some others. We'll have some international delegates as well. And we will also have more of the research focus and finish it off with a pitch competition from some startups in Canada that are looking to serve older Canadians and older people worldwide. So part of my ask today is also, I mentioned massage and looking to share from your experiences, but AgeWell is doing more work supporting implementation. So a lot of our partners in this space, especially those in institutional settings and in home care and home services, they are often interested in technology, but they struggle with the implementation and integration of technologies. And so AgeWell is doing more work to support them on kind of that path through the implementation phase. And we certainly have seen a lot of different approaches taken in Canada, and we know a little bit about approaches taken in other parts of the world. But certainly here again, if you do have connections, or if in your ecosystem you have a way to share some lessons learned on effective implementation of technology in different settings in the service of older people, I'd love to talk to you and learn about your experiences there, or maybe those of your connections. So that would be my other ask. Some other updates for us. I mentioned our conference. We will have some international guests. One of them will be coming in from the Netherlands, a speaker on our panel, who will also do some other events there. And that is Frank Van Dillen, who has helped to design the Dementia Village out in the Netherlands. But another kind of interesting update, our CEO will actually be spending much of the next 10 months living in Spain and working from out there. He'll be doing a lot of visits in Europe, so it'd actually be a great opportunity for maybe us to connect him with various ecosystems out in Europe for easier travel. I know he has some trips already planned, and we're actually also part of a bit of a fact-finding mission delegation to the Netherlands as well in October. So even there, I'd be interested to set up any connections, and maybe he'll be able to do some visits and get to know more about all the great work that we hear about here.